to the 3,000 subscriber, okay, episode of On the Block with Jen. But I'm not going to stop there, okay? Because I can say, hey, we're all here to celebrate the 3,000, but it's really 3,050. All right. I already went past the 3,000. Thanks to you guys. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Believe it or not, there's a lot to talk about tonight. Okay. I'm celebrating the 3,000K. I hope you're comfy. I hope you're chilling. I hope you got your little drink, your little snacks. I'm celebrating tonight with an ice cream float. I love dulce de leche Haagen-Dazs with my Pepsi. That's how I celebrate. That is what's in the cup tonight. Okay. That's how I celebrate. It's not champagne, but it's my champagne. All right. So I hope you guys are feeling good. I'm so happy to see you here. Let's get the business out the way so we can get into some real business for anybody who's looking to start a YouTube channel, wants to ask me a question about my journey. I have a couple stories about my journey. I know Big Trucker said he'll join us tonight. Haran is going to join us tonight. So I'm glad to see you guys here, especially my ladies. You know, I like seeing my ladies. I know the men are coming, okay? I know the men are going to be here, but I like to see my ladies too, all right? So welcome, welcome, welcome. The business is On the Block with Jen right here where you're looking at me. On the Block with Jen on Instagram, On the Block with Jen on TikTok, On the Block with Jen on Facebook, and On the Block with Jen at Gmail if you'd like to speak to me privately, whether it's a show you'd like me to dissect because you don't want to talk about it yourself, whether it's a collaboration. And you guys know how I feel about collaborations. It has to make sense. It has to benefit both you and me. If you want to celebrate me in the Cash App, it is scrolling right here on the bottom. A couple of you have asked me for it. It's scrolling on the bottom. And even when it's scrolling on the bottom, people ask me, hey, what's your Cash App? It is scrolling on the bottom. I know people don't pay attention a lot to the outer corners, but it is Cash App On the Block with Jen. Okay, guys. So, hi. It's good to see you. I am happy to see you. I'm excited about tonight. I have a lot to talk about. Believe it or not, I have a lot to talk about. The topic is, right, celebrating 3,000 subs. Let's talk shop. Let's talk tips, tricks, and derelicts. We're going to talk about the good, bad, and the ugly of YouTube and how I got here, right? And my advice to you. With that said, everybody's journey is different. And I know everybody's looking for the formula, right? Or, you know, the niche. Everybody's looking for it. But really, 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 the number one thing that I feel, again, these are just my opinions. You could, you know, take them, use them, or you could, you know, put it in a bubble and blow them away. It's up to you. I'm just telling you what my experience was and what I think are some good ideas. Now, of course, there are people with, you know, 10 million subscribers and they have a whole other different formula. So I'm just telling you, you know, I got my little 3K. So I'm gonna tell you what I've learned, some of the pitfalls, some of the warnings, some of the really good things that can happen here. So let's get into it. Thank you so much, everybody who's saying congratulations. I see you. I know Big Truck said he's going to come up. Writer artist says, don't be fooled by subs that she got. No, be fooled, honey, because none of them are bought. That's another thing. I didn't buy not one subscriber, okay? My views match my subs, all right? What's up, Victor? Out of Germany. What's up, Jimmy James? Out of Germany. How's the weather out there? Because we're cooking over here in the States. Thank you so much, Soup Bone. Thank you, Benjamin Johnson. What's up, Veganista? ¿Cómo está Marcos Orlando TV? All right, guys, let's get into this. Let's get into this. Thank you, Coco. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Big Truck said I should do AOC skits. I'll think about that. I will think about that. I got her lip down. All right. That's the AOC lip whenever she's excited. All right, guys, let's get into this. I'm going to bring up Haran and whoever else wants to come up and celebrate with me. Tonight's a complete open panel. And because you guys have been with me for a long, long time, you guys know, things that I've been through, my topics, you know, when I've been angry, when I've been happy, when I've been funny, you guys know me a lot, okay? So if you guys want to come up and do an On the Block with Jen impression, please feel free because I'd like to hear it. If anybody has an On the Block with Jen impression, I welcome you to do it tonight. I ain't scared. I want to see what you guys see. So, you know, if you also have any tips, if you guys have a following that's way bigger than mine, please drop the tips. Each one can teach one. I'm just speaking from my experience because, you know, everybody's experience is different, you know, depending on what they look like, what they sound like, whether they're male or female, and what their subjects are. Everyone has, all the YouTubers have different experiences, you know what I mean, according to who they are, what they are, and what they talk about, right? So if you guys have tips that can help somebody else in the chat, if you guys, you know, been wanting to start a YouTube channel, but you don't really, you're thinking about it, and maybe an answer today will help you, you know what I mean, push you over. I recommend that everybody get a YouTube channel, even if you don't use it a lot, because you don't know where the future is going. You don't know if there's going to be another pandemic. We could get shut down, you know, for 3, 4, 5 years, and you're going to wish that you had a following, you know what I mean, on social media. You just never know. And I think the pandemic taught us that we can't count on them 9 to 5s, right? So it's best to get in on it now, just in case. You never know, right? You never know. So I recommend it, right? You evolve or evaporate. You have to keep up with the times, whether you like it or not. Is this my favorite thing in the world to do? Not all the time, but I still enjoy it. I have some really good people who join me. So, you know, I'm not mad at it. You know what I mean? It's always a good time. I'm going to make it a good time, unless I have a topic that, you know, I need to stick my foot in. But I have a good time here. So thank you, All Star. Now, if you're here for the first time, welcome. Hi, new subby. Hopefully you're a new subby. You hit that subscribe. Although my analytics are funny, like half the people that watch me continuously don't subscribe. Isn't that something? You see that? Them cheating fuckers. They come watch me, but they don't hit sub. And it's okay, because the people that do watch me like me hit sub, and that's fine, right? I'll take what I can get. I'm not choosy. You guys don't have to be here, and you are here watching. I mean, even like I said, when I said we're going to talk about tips, tricks, and derelicts, like even the derelicts are on here watching me right now. Like even the people that swear I'm racist, like they're here, you know what I mean, religiously. You know what I mean? People that don't like me are here religiously. And that's the beauty of social media and YouTube, that, you know, even the people that hate you could help you make money. You can capitalize off the hate that you get. And I don't think that's a secret. I mean, the Kardashians are now billionaires because they've been hated so much and talked about so much. So, you know, we'll get into that too. We'll get into the hate and how lucrative being hated is, right? And that's something that the haters don't really take into account, or realize that the more they hate you, the more popular they make you. So it's a win-win to me. Like, that's why I don't worry about the hate, or it's like, oh my God, all these people are making reaction videos about me. Oh my God, you know, doesn't worry me. It excites me because it's you know, it shows that I'm impactful, right? It shows that what I say affects people, good and bad. It shows that I'm interesting, right? When you type On The Block with Jen on YouTube, you see rows and rows and rows of videos, and that's a good thing. That is a good thing, right? Everybody doesn't have to like me. That is okay. But I'm always gonna be okay. If you're following me, new subscriber, old subscriber, you guys know I'm always gonna be the person that says what I mean and means what I say. Okay, what you see is what you get. Ain't no fronting. All right. If I said it, I'm gonna say I said it. And if I didn't say it, I didn't say it. And if you still believe it, that's okay too. The world will still spin. So I'm happy to see you guys, and I'm excited to talk shop tonight. I'm gonna give you guys some tips, okay? And I'm gonna talk about the pitfalls, things to not do if you are a new YouTuber, or things to stop doing if you are an old YouTuber, okay? That can be the death and stress of you, okay? So I have a couple tips. I am going to drop the link because I know a couple of people wanted to come up. I know Haran is coming up. I know Big Truck wanted to come up. Whoever wants to come up will come up tonight. Like I said, let's make this a party. Let's have fun. You can do an impression of me. You can tell me what you thought about me when you first saw me to what you think about me now. I mean, you know me, I am open, okay? I don't have those baby shit soft feelings that most people have. So let's talk about it. I mean, you may improve my game tonight. I'm open to critique, right? You're not obligated to see me the way I see myself. We all have our own lens. let's get this party started. And I am going to, give you some tips of what I think and what I see. What's up, Barrington? How are you, sir? Good to see you. I got a viewer from Germany. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Global in this bitch. That's what I'm talking about. Code red. The world spins at 800 miles per hour. There you go. See? So that's why half the stuff that we stress about is just like, it's ridiculous. The world spins every day. And we have to be happy, right? And feel honored and privileged to still be breathing, to still have oxygen in our lungs. Because so many people, you know what I mean, their lives got cut short, you know what I mean? And if you're still here and you're watching me, and you're breathing and you're good, even if you're not at your best place right now in life, there is always tomorrow. I stress that to you guys. There's always tomorrow. There's always a way out. There's always tomorrow. I promise. Okay. Jay Smalls, I never said I was going to block. You must have been getting disrespectful. I only block people that are like continuously disrespectful. If you just have a rebut, I don't have a problem with you. But if I said I was going to block you, then you were probably disrespectful. What's up, Big Truck?
Good evening. How are you?
I'm really, really good. I'm feeling good. What's up, Haran DeMarco?
Hola, mi gente.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. I am here at another 1,000. And it's crazy because I feel like just a month ago, I was celebrating the 2,000. So it's picking up and it's picking up quickly. So I have to thank everybody, the good and the bad, the love and the hate.
Jen, yo, I see you out here looking, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you making moves. Yo, let me hold something. That's some New York shit for people who don't know. When people see you making moves, this shit, they be like, yo, son, yo, let me hold something.
Right. All of a sudden, they want to hold something. They want to collab. All of a sudden, you're interested. All of a sudden, they return your calls. No.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
No. How are you, gentlemen? I want to talk about Big Truck. How many subs do you have?
Almost 77,000.
That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so you have and how long have you been a YouTuber?
Let me see. So I got 47,343,000 views, and I've been this account has been here since 2010. Although this is my second YouTube account, so it's like I hadn't used this one as much until I switched over. I changed the name.
Okay, and do you have a niche or do you talk about different topics?
Well, and that's what I kind of wanted to talk to you about. Like you saw my comment. I said, what you should, if I were you, me personally, if I were you, I'd be doing AOC skits constantly. Like, but I don't know the direction you want to take your channel. Like, I see you do a lot of videos with your computer. Do you do videos with your phone and upload them?
I do. No. Well, I go live on the Mac. I do like the skits and the TikTok things on my phone, but I don't go live on my phone. Like I don't do YouTube from my phone.
Do you make videos on your phone and upload them to your YouTube as well as your TikTok? Because you really should do that.
Yes. Yes, I do. Like if you go to my videos on this channel, you'll see like all the 1-minute skits that I've done on my phone that I upload to YouTube.
So as far as recommendations, well, first of all, one thing I've noticed, because I've studied the analytics pretty much, women in general tend to have bigger YouTubes than guys, because what you'll notice is, like I noticed in your community chat, like you had a couple of videos of you at the gym, or not real. They were shorts, I think. Either they were shorts or photos. So if you post stuff like that, like if you post workouts and yoga and stuff, that's easy views. Like that's like easy views, easy subs. Now, if you want to do the political angle and you want to have a channel where you're constantly talking about politics or you're talking about issues, you can still do, obviously you could do that. It's like, it just depends how quickly you want to grow and what kind of subs you want. That's the thing. Like I post everything I can post. I post vacation videos. I post flying videos. I post driving videos. I post like just vlogs, like talk. I post electronic videos, like electronic reviews. I post, what is it, like when you set stuff up that you buy from the store. And those videos get a lot of views. especially if you do travel videos. Like, I don't know, do you travel?
I do. Not as much as I used to, but I'm planning to. I got some things coming up.
Post travel videos. Basically, it's like this. You've got to put up as much as you can put up. Okay. Whatever you can come, like everything. Like, that's the whole thing. You post everything, and you'll build so quickly, you'd be surprised. And that's one thing I realize about women on their channels. Women get subs and they get views real quick. You know, like, I already know you're monetized, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So have you gotten to the threshold where you get paid regularly every month? Like, you get $100 a month? Right. Yes. Oh, and is it because of the super chats, or is it because of the views? It's probably because of the super chats.
Both.
Yeah. Both. So, yeah, I mean, you basically already got what it takes. I can see that. You got what it takes, and like you got upward trajectory. So you just want to get to the point where you got so many videos that you're building. Because I have like, I think it's like 2.6 thousand videos. Like, that's how YouTube rates them. It says 2.6 thousand, right? I get so many royalties that even when I stop YouTubing, like if I don't do anything, I'm still getting over $2,000 a month just from those royalties.
Nice.
And yeah, but it's the views. That's what it is. It's the views on certain topics. That's where you want to be. So that's why I say you should just post everything you can post.
Okay. So chat, take notes. Hopefully Jabari will come through too, because I know he does a lot of marketing stuff.
What kind of, I'm sorry, real quick, what kind of phone do you have?
The last Samsung.
All right, you need to get rid of that and get an iPhone, especially if you got a Mac.
That. I don't want a damn iPhone. Everybody I know.
But let me explain why. Very simply, let me explain why. If you get a new iPhone, right? First of all, all of the cameras on these new iPhones are 4K cameras, right? And they take 60 frames per second video. So whatever you do out in the street, whatever, you get excellent video quality. Number two, they have a program called iMovie, which you probably have on your Mac. But when you have it on the phone, if you make yourself an intro and outro and you store some clips, like some music clips or whatever, iMovie makes it really, really easy to edit video right on your phone. And it makes it very, very quick, very efficient. And you can even vlog from your phone. It makes it real, real easy. Those Samsung phones are trash, I'm sorry to say. I'm sorry. When the iPhone 14 comes out, you need to get that. And that you can probably use that for the next 3 or 4 years, and you can make videos off that. But believe me, it's so much better.
Okay, I'm listening. I am listening. I'm not an iPhone girl. I'm team Samsung, but I am listening. Okay. I'm open tonight. I promise.
All right.
And I'm all like, I'm very technologically illiterate. Like my phone, I use my phone to take pictures, to post pictures, send emails, and receive emails. Like, I'm not like these kids that is like, oh, I know how to do a feature film. I'm all like, I'm so green when it comes to technology. I'm barely getting on here.
The average video I make on iPhone is like an hour long. The average. And when you're talking about feature films, I've made videos like 4 and 5 hours long. And people watch them. That's the crazy thing about it. People watch them. And they watch them all the way.
Let me ask you, do you recommend, because you said you have a second page, and I noticed a lot of YouTubers have 4, 5, 6 pages. Do you recommend having more than one channel?
Absolutely, especially because, see, here's the thing. In fact, I have more than 2 pages because one of them I keep strictly for business. So, like, when I have clients and I want to show them stuff on my iPad, I can just pull up my videos real quick, and it's completely separated from the craziness I do on YouTube. So this way, it's strictly you got one page strictly business. You got one page for your politics or whatever, and then maybe you have one page for whatever else you want to do. So if you have like 1 or 2 pages, I think what some people do is they'll get like 100,000 subs on one page and then they'll start a new one. But it depends on the person. Some people have different pages for different purposes. Like, for example, if you want business on one and you want fun on the other, it helps you to keep things separate, but you still, like, you're never in fear of losing everything at once, you know?
Gotcha. And that's the most important thing, right? Because, YouTube.
Yeah, because you could say the wrong thing and they could try to get you like copyright strikes or something like that, or they try, or you could somebody try to cancel you or some nonsense, you know.
Right, and you feed all of these channels all the time because that's a lot of work, isn't it?
No, well, no, but see, that's the crazy thing about like when you have an iPhone. It's like when you're making videos on an iPhone, you can the content just stays there. Like the next, I'm gonna get that 1 terabyte iPhone 14, and that thing has so much space. Like you can store all different types of clips and music, and you can edit everything right on the phone, right? So if you want to go from one page to another, all you got to do is just log out of one page, log into the other. That takes a second, and you can post up whatever you want to post up, and you have instant access to everything. It's just like on your Instagram. If you have more than one Instagram page, it takes like 2 seconds to go from one to the other, you know.
Yeah,
So I don't advertise my business page because I don't want half of these people knowing where I work. So you know, like you don't want people trying to show up to your job or trying to dox you or trying to call up to your job and say, yeah, I don't like him. He sold me a bad loan on my house or something. I don't need these people calling me up. So I don't want them knowing about what my bank. I don't want them knowing my business. I don't want them knowing certain things. But my clients, I give them that. And that's what they know about me. And that's how I keep it separate. And by the way, are you real quick, are you using this to a tax advantage? Do you file 1099 using YouTube?
I do not. I didn't even know you could do that. Can you
check this out, Jen? Check this out. If you're a YouTuber, right, and you're making money on YouTube, once you make more than $600, you're expected to file in a year. If you have a tax person or CPA doing your taxes for you, get this. You can file 1099 to get business tax deductions. So let's say right now I decide that I want to take another trip. Like the last trip I went was the Maldives. I did business class flight and I went to the Maldives. It cost over $7,000. So I wrote that entire trip off as a business expense. And because you're a YouTuber, you're allowed to do that because YouTube is written down as journalism by your CPA. So the next trip I'm taking is to Bora Bora. And most of the places I go, nobody even most Americans don't travel like that. But when you do that, you can also do you have a car?
Yes. Well, no.
You don't have a car.
It's funny because you said Bora Bora, and I'm like, that's on my bucket list.
Yeah, well, listen, I don't have a bucket list. When I want to go somewhere, I go. And the thing about it is you can write the whole thing off on your business taxes. If you have a car, you can write off travel, like your repairs for your car. That's under 1099. If you have travel expenses, you can write all of that off. And the thing about it is if you're not making a lot of money just yet on your YouTube, it helps to offset the money that you're making if you're a W-2 employee.
So you're saying if you're making at least $600 a month on YouTube, you could do this 1099 thing?
When you the government forces you to file once you've made $600 a year. So it doesn't matter a month. If you're making $600 at least per year, you're expected to file. You're expected to file no matter what, but $600 is that's like the threshold where the IRS expects you to file and say that you're self-employed 1099. So I'm pretty sure on your channel you'll easily make $600 in the entire year at least.
Yes.
So if you get your CPA to file a 1099 with your taxes, you can write off virtually anything. If you buy a new Mac, you can write that off as a business expense. If you buy a new phone, you can write that off as a business expense. If you go on vacation, it's a business expense. You fix your car, business expense. Mileage, business expense. You see what I'm saying? That's how the rich stay rich.
Are you listening to this? Y'all should be taking fucking notes. This is going to be a good episode. Or Haran, wait, we have someone backstage. Real Deal. I can't see the rest of your name. Is it Real Deal Financial?
Yes, Jen. Can you hear me?
I can hear you fine.
Congratulations on your subs.
Congratulations.
I've been subbed for a minute.
Thank you so much. Are you a new subscriber? I don't think I'm
No, I came up on a pound before.
Oh, okay. Well, hello.
It was like 2 months ago.
Okay.
But what Big Truck is telling y'all guys is real. Hell, me and Big Truck was the only body on YouTube that was talking about EV stocks pre-election. So take what Big Truck's saying with all seriousness.
I'm telling people, take notes. This is going to be a good one. Haran, let's talk. Okay, so those are the perks, right? And this is something that, I mean, it's a whole new language. That's why I like taking notes when I do my panel. Believe it or not, I actually take freaking notes because, I mean, I'm learning. I like learning. Someone said marketing. Okay, Haran, let's talk a little bit about the bad stuff. Okay, as you know, supposedly, allegedly, I'm controversial. Now, I don't think I am, right? But I think in an environment where everybody's really hypersensitive, right? That's like where everybody's hypersensitive, right? I tend to be controversial. And it's to the point now where people have like support groups about me. There are support groups. There are panels that get together and talk about how On the Block with Jen has wronged them.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Led by a red-nosed pit bull.
It's a real thing. It's like I'm like the little mini Puerto Rican Kevin Samuels. Like they're literally people who came up from like, you know, people I don't talk to anymore from like a year ago or months ago or last winter. And they're all like, they have these panels and they use my picture and they all like, hi, I'm John. And 3 months ago, I was on Jen's panel. You know what you said to me? Like they're really doing this shit, right? So let's talk a little bit about like bad press versus good press. Is YouTube, and anybody can answer, Haran, you can answer, is there such a thing as bad press in these environments? Because I think a lot of those people are promoting me. Like I said, if you throw my name into the search, there are a lot of reaction videos. But one thing I will say this, for all the haters watching, and I know the haters watch because on these panels, these people literally have my videos marked. Like at 125, she said nigga. You know, they literally, like literally. At 162, she said blah, blah. So one word of advice I have for the haters that are constantly talking about me, don't distort my face. You guys are doing it wrong. Like you'll use my picture and then you'll put like the eggplant in my face or you put horns on me. But leave my face as is and you'll get more views. Leave my face as is because when you put me on a thumbnail, people are going to be like, oh, she pretty. Let me see what she's saying. So at least, you know, I'm giving you a word of advice. If you are going to do, you know what I mean? Leave the face alone so everybody can see, right? You're doing it all wrong, right? When you talk about celebrities, they don't cover their faces. You got to show the face so people could be like, oh, what they saying about her? Like, y'all doing that wrong. So do you think that there's such thing as bad press in these spaces? I feel like the more of these reaction videos are done about me, like my subscriber count, like just climbed quick in a month.
The only bad press is the kind of press that doesn't move the needle. You know, polarization is marketing 101, man. You know what I mean? Human beings have to have an extreme feeling about something in order for there to be some sort of light on the product or the brand. If people don't have if you're kind of like in the middle and if people think like, oh yeah, that guy's okay, you're not going anywhere. People have to either love you or extremely or hate you extremely. Sometimes it's the same thing. But in this particular case, you know, this whatever issue that they have with you that caused them to all gather around, like, you know what I mean, like browbeaten, you know what I mean, traumatized people, you know what I mean, to talk about a person who doesn't pay their bills and so on and so forth. You know what I mean? It you know what I mean, it helps put, you know, a situation in your pocket. And guess what? I'm pretty sure it had something to do with the 3,000 being hit. Because I damn well sure know that after that little circle jerk, you hit 3,000. I'm like, yeah, well, there it goes, man. Like, man, it's
not the On the Block with Jen circle jerks.
Look,
I do find it amusing, and I want, before someone else answers, I want to highlight what Can I Get Some Podcast, who's a great contributor to On the Block with Jen, said, okay, a wise man said, never argue with fools because people from a distance can't tell who's the fool. And that's why I don't reply. And trust me, I get a lot of DMs like, are you going to respond? Sometimes people in the chat will tell me, are you going to respond to so-and-so? I'm like, no, absolutely not. Because don't get me wrong. If it's like a Joe Rogan or so, I have to respond, right? Because it's good press for me. But if it's like some, keep it 100, some ugly, unsightly woman or some dusty man, right? And they barely are struggling to get subscribers. I'm not going to get anything by clapping back. I'm not going to get anything from responding. And I always say you should, swing up, not down, right? So I have to keep this trajectory, like the way Big Truck said, I have to keep going forward. I can't pause to, look down there and get in a verbal fisticuffs with you, and it's not going to benefit me. I'm all about collaborations, and it's going to benefit you and me. But the people that are doing these videos are making me more visible on YouTube, and it almost seems to be the formula. Like back in the day, bad press was bad press, but today it almost seems like even celebrities are saying some fucked up things because they know it's going to go viral. And then a week after, they just have to apologize and be like, oh, I didn't mean that. And if I offended anyone, I didn't mean to offend anyone. But then everybody knows their name, right? So
I like to ask a question.
It's a fucking trend now.
I like to ask a question. JR, in terms of his ideas about Tariq Nasheed. JR, can you answer this question? Tariq Nasheed said that white supremacists are the most intelligent people on the planet. I just want to know, what do you think about that?
He said that when he was talking to Jared Taylor. I remember that. That was 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, he said that. So he basically said that white supremacists, white people.
That debate was epic. That debate was
You
epic.
know what I mean?
I never wanted to. I was embarrassed for him.
I'd love to know, because you just called this man a thought leader. And if this man is a thought leader, then that means that, I guess in some regards, you believe that white supremacists are the most intelligent people on the planet.
It was 4 years ago, actually, and it was that debate was quite embarrassing. Like they had him sweating, moving around, messing with his headphones, Googling while they were talking to him. Like, he made Black people look really, really bad. But we don't have activists like we used to. Like,
No,
you know what I mean?
no.
These
No.
verbal tacticians like Malcolm X and James Baldwin. Like, we don't have those guys anymore. We have guys that wear suits now and stutter when they talk and trip over their words. So unfortunately, we don't have them guys anymore. So, then insert Jared Taylor, and we only got, Tariq Nasheed to be thrown at him. And it was horrible. It was like watching a car wreck. Like, it was like, no, like, these white men are somebody
Tariq is a high school dropout. Tariq is a high school dropout, so he's not going to be well versed. He's no. Malcolm had all the time in the world in the joint to be able to get well versed. Tariq has literally maybe took 2 pages, magazine read something, rinse and repeat. Then we got a flock of people that love to see, people love to see trauma, people love to see pain. So it's like ambulance chasing at this point.
Oh, he didn't hear my question. Did anyone else hear my question? Because he says, I'm muffled. Did I sound muffled when I said that Tariq Nasheed said that white supremacists are the most intelligent people on the planet? I mean, did you hear that?
The exact quote was the most smartest.
Well, the most smartest. Oh, whatever it is. You know what I mean? Like,
smartest.
Well, do I sound muffled when I'm saying this?
No. I strongly disagree. And like, Tariq be big up in white people while supposed to be.
Oh, yes, he does. He really does. And I don't know why people don't seem to catch that. I mean, well, his mother-in-law, I believe she's a Jewish woman.
Hey, when Tommy Sotomayor got at him about the situation of those peoples, why you haven't done nothing about those peoples? Oh boy, staunchly got off on him, even though that they have the same mirroring opinions. They're not very pro-Black women. They halfway pretend to be, just to be able to get the numbers. But the bed winch term, Jesus, that is disparaging.
Yeah.
All beliefs.
Let me say, Jabari, really quickly. Hi, Moesha, welcome. I am glad to see you here, doll. Jabari, it's sad that you have to go because I wanted you to come up and talk about marketing really quickly, because a lot of people like when you talk about the marketing aspect of things and how these algorithms work and how they're used by the the social nets But if you have to go, I understand. It'd be nice to have you up here, though. Regarding Tariq Nasheed, it's the biggest. And we've all seen charlatans, we've all seen race baiters, but I think people like Tariq Nasheed are the most laughable because I'm like, you have a whole white family that you're running black people's pockets to support, and that's what makes it laughable. It's like a Chappelle skit. Like a lot of these cats are like a Chappelle skit. You have a half white woman in the house. You're supporting a whole white family. And I'm not talking about like kind of white or sort of white. I mean, Lily White, Snowflake, Becky Karen White. Okay. So it's funny how, unfortunately, our people are easily bamboozled. But it's been happening for years. He's not the first or the last. They're going to come and go, right? Because when people have a lot of trauma, it's easy to take their money, unfortunately.
Well, yeah, I mean,
sorry about that.
Go ahead, bro.
Nah, big homie. Finish your point, man. Finish your point.
Yeah, when you have a situation like, I mean, when you have people who basically have, let's just call it what it is. He might just be a low-skilled individual. And usually people like that are always looking for a hustle, always looking for something that, has demand. And they step into the shoes of it. I mean, this dude was from what I understand, correct me if I'm wrong, this man was at one time a pimp, and he was a recording artist, and he was, I don't know what else.
Yes, a great point. Similarly, and I'm sorry, I'm thunder and lightning. Similarly to Kevin Samuels, where these cats, rest in peace, Kevin, right? Where these cats, have tried different, hustles, right? Same thing with Kevin Samuels. Tariq Nasheed was, he was a pimp, and then he was a rapper, and then he was actually a singer, and then now he's an activist. But he tried different things until the one stuck. Similar to Kevin Samuels, he was he was pushing cologne and styling and celebrity styling, and then he was a consultant, and then he was like average at best, jackpot. And then he stuck with that. So if you notice, they all have like the same sort of pattern in these spaces, the ones that, that blow up. When you look at their history, it's like, you were a pimp, a rapper, a what?
Now, this is not to say that something's wrong with pivoting. Sometimes in your life, you do have to pivot, and so on and so on and so forth. But when you're just like, your life looks like a triangle or a diamond damn near, because you're just all over the place, then it's just like, then where are you? You're just basically your life consists of you just throwing things at the wall and hoping something sticks. Like, you don't necessarily believe in what you're actually doing. You just knowing that, this is the thing that stuck. Let me go ahead with it. And, sadly, our people are starved for solid leadership. They'll take anything. You know what I mean? Like, remember that old skit from Raw, where Eddie Murphy was like, if a person hungry enough, you can basically give him anything. You know what I'm saying? I mean, after a while, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you just throw him a cracker, and you just they be thinking that it's a Ritz cracker. You know what I mean? Because they haven't eaten anything in such a though. Right, you know what I mean, and it's sad, you know what I mean, it's sad, but
I think the funniest
what it is.
Privatizing all the proceeds if this museum doesn't become a mail fraud, if he finally gets a fucking property.
Oh, he's still talking about it. He's still talking about the museum.
Yes.
He's talking about historically black. That was Japanese and the Jews live in the Crenshaw district. Slauson and Crenshaw by Hyde Park, that he keeps saying that's historically black. He doesn't even know LA history enough. The boomers banged on him, and he got all mad and realized that he don't even know. That's like me going to New York and me quoting some shit, and he'd be like, he don't get it.
Let
me walk through. Right. Let me just walk through and just go and do what I need to do, because this nigga's hustling.
What I find most, and I don't want to talk about him for too much longer, because I know there's a lot of guys that beat off to Tariq Nasheed to this day in the chat, and that's fine. Follow who you follow, pay who you pay. But the funniest thing that I thought from the whole Tariq Nasheed, transition was when he was a pimp. During that era when he was a pimp, when you watch his interviews, the lingo he was using, man, you know what I'm saying? Because the bitches, like he had the whole blaxploitation thing down.
Right.
And I found this, like, that was how he was talking. You know, today he talks like, you know, more, I don't know, straighter. I'm not going to say educated, but straighter than when he was a pimp. He was pimping the bitches and the hoes. Like, he had the whole lingo down. So I find that amusing. As far as this comment, let me address this really quick, because JR is like our resident chat troll, but I let him live because he's harmless. He'll be okay. But he says, Jenny says outrageous stuff as well to make a buck. I hear hypocrites. Here's the thing. I say what I say. I give my opinions. Y'all think it's outrageous. But I've always felt this way, right? My father's nickname for me since I was a toddler was troublemaker. I've always said what I wanted to say, and then other people think it's outrageous. I'm just giving you my point of view of the world. That's all I can do. I just give you my point of view of the world. I don't purposely try to be controversial, but again, because of the hypersensitivity, something I say today, right, will blow up, and 20 years ago, no one would have gave a fuck.
You actually were wilder on Facebook. I will say that. You were actually more just out there on Facebook. And that is where we first met.
Tell people the story, Haran, like how me and you hated each other and I blocked you and we were cussing each other's mamas out. Like, tell everybody how much this is what happened.
No, it really went down like that. You know, really. Okay, I'll just tell the story. She and I got in. I don't even remember what the hell it was. We got into an argument about something, and she said she was Jen. I'll just put it that way. She was Jen, and I was like, what? And then it just escalated from there. And then, yes, we hated each other after that. But she had this show. She started doing her show, which is now she was about it. I think she was about it maybe 500 at the time. It was about maybe at 500 subscribers at the time, and I showed up for it. I don't know why, but I showed up for it. And when she began to speak, and when I heard her perspectives on things, I actually was like, yo, I actually share some of these opinions. And then I showed up a little bit more, and I showed up a little bit more, and then I started getting on the panels.
Then saw the pretty face. Then
yeah.
He's like, why we warring?
No. In the beginning, okay, I will never take anything away from her. I've always said she was bad. I just had the shitty fucking attitude. You know what I mean? I'm from New York, okay? There's tons of bad chicks who can't fucking stand. So it's not a new thing. So, you know what I mean? But going forward, you know what I mean? The funny thing was that I will admit this up till now. I consider her a friend now. I actually really do. She and I, we speak a lot, you know what I mean? And I learned that she and I have a lot in common, you know? And yeah, I actually really consider her a friend now.
She's gonna blow up. You strategic because she's gonna blow up due to the fact that one.
She
can literally get syndicated off of the aspect of she puts in Facebook, Twitter, TikTok ads.
Well, here's the thing. I told her, I'm like, look, man, you know what I mean? I can see you blowing up, and I'm gonna probably have to get vested, man. I'm gonna have to walk around with my own security, man, because you be saying some things to some people, and I ain't gonna be out here minding my business.
Yeah, man. Don't be like Poetic Flacco, man, with Adam 22, man.
Yeah, LA, man. Be like, you know what I mean? Be like, hey, ain't you on the plot with Jen? And then I gotta back out on somebody.
See, but like, it is proof. If this isn't proof, like Haran and I did not get along, and I'm quick to, you know me, I'm quick with the fuck off. I don't care if you don't like what I have to say. If you don't like me, don't come watch me. Don't do it. But it is proof that even when people don't like you or think they don't like you, they will come watch.
Yeah.
They will come and watch.
People hate watch. People love hate watching now. People.
Oh,
Yeah,
I love that. I heard that the other day. The hate watching. I didn't even know that.
But I came for one reason. I came for one reason, and I never took this away from her. I've always considered her a smart girl. I've always considered that. You know, I mean, I've never considered her an idiot. Now, if she was a bonehead, I wouldn't have showed her. I mean, regardless of anything. But she's always been a smart girl. And I said, let me just check this shit out. I really wasn't doing anything that night, so I said, fuck it. Let me just, me listen. And I was shocked. I was shocked, like, wow, okay, like she actually has something to say. And now this is not to say that all people should, just give her a chance and like, I mean, that's up to you, you know what I mean? And plus I can, maybe because we're both from New York, New Yorkers, see, here's the thing about New Yorkers. New Yorkers can get into a loud, drag out, dog out, vicious, bloody fucking fight. And we can just forget about it once we go home. You know what I mean? We can just really forget about it. We probably see you the next day, be like, oh yeah, that's motherfucker right there. And you know what I mean? We just keep it pushing. Like I didn't hate her like that. I didn't fuck with her. You know what I mean? But it was a situation where we both, you on your side, I'm on my side. Boom. That was it. I think what happened, funny thing is that I think we kind of got cool once the beef started going down and sides started being taken. Because there was this one, maybe you could segue into that, Jen, where it was just this one long diatribe of beef that went down, and there was a bunch of dudes who were just being just really just shitty to a woman, and I didn't really think it was that cool, and I spoke on it or whatever, and I said to myself, like, God damn, these dudes got me on Jen's side. It's fucked up. You know what I mean? Like, it's like this guy's got me out here looking crazy, man.
It wasn't just my side though. So that's a great segue. Super chat break. Thank you so much, Keith Ben. What is it? Ehia. Thank you so much, Keith Ben. He says, don't forget Tariq's FBA is a ripoff from Yvette Cameltone Talks Ados.
Oh.
He's using that to sell his books and movies. That's sad.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'll keep that in mind.
Well, he was doing 1804 in the More Us app, so he wants to be Black American nationalist now, even though then he was just making money off of foreign Caribbean cultures. So it's a revolving grift with this dude, man. But I would like to say with Jen, one, musiclinkup.com. That is a perfect website to find good agents that are very good negotiators. One, marketing brand experts.
Music Link Up.
Yes, because I use that and I found someone that is in the Universal Music Group, very good negotiator from that website. So if you go in that website,
is it for music artists?
Entertainers in general. It can be for music, essentially for music artists, but if you're a person that, music, Fox Soul, that's a good way how to get on Fox Soul. Be able to branch out. Now you got millions of people, plus people that still got cable. Boom, Jen on the block. You got merch. You doing networking deals. You trying to figure out how can you be able to branch into the more of the Black networks, Latin networks, or just combining both. But that is a good website, musiclinkup.com.
Okay,
and that's for anybody that got content.
All right, I wrote it down. We'll look that up. Thank you so much. I hope you guys are taking notes because you're always asking questions. Coco,
Okay.
Yes, exactly like
that is exactly what it is.
My content's solely real estate. Real estate. I do talk about music business industry stuff lightly, but that's because I was an assistant helping on a manager. But most of the stuff that I do talk about is trading, real estate, and I have people that are certified. See, I just talk about real estate due to the fact that I'm not a Series 7. But I got Series 7 people, and we just talk about that aspect. So most of what I do most of what I do is just consultations. I've been knowing Big Truck for at least his content for like 2 years.
Oh, wow.
So literally looking at his stuff, literally said, okay, I want to
He
do
gave
New
some
York.
great info, man. He gave some great info, man. I just wrote down most of that stuff, man.
I didn't know any of what Big Truck said before. Never. I was like, whoa, wait, that's big news. Like I don't know if people realize how big that is when he said.
Well, I think one of the mistakes people make is a lot of people, just to try to save money, what they do is they do their own taxes, for example, right? So a lot of the money that they could be either saving or getting back, they're missing out on it because the reality is the average person, you don't know the tax code. But if you deal with somebody who can do it for you, and they can see YouTube. Again, I put this information out a long time ago. Like I usually talk about how to make your credit better and how to go about buying, like
Sure.
if you're buying a house.
Didn't you talk about carried interest? That was the video that I caught on to you when you talked about.
I'm sorry, which one?
Carried interest.
Carried interest in regards to your personal credit?
No, just talking about aspects of investments and securities.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, see, the thing about it is, like, you know, I have
and shit like that.
Right. Like I have the benefit of actually selling houses and understanding bank loans and whatnot. So, you know, when you try to share that information, it's like, just like I'm telling you now about all the ways you could take advantage on your taxes. If you do these things, you'd be surprised not only how much money you get back on your tax returns, how much money you save, and it'd change your entire mentality, you know? And, you know, if you're building a YouTube channel, especially if you're getting paid from it, you know, those are just things that you definitely want to do. I've been doing it for years, you know, and every single year I'm basically filing like $40,000 to $50,000 worth of YouTube income just by itself, not even counting my W-2 income, you know, and I'm writing off everything.
Now, Big Truck, and now how do you feel about my strategy? When it comes to my proceeds and consultations, I put it in a self-employed pension inside my LLC.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, the person is still filing. Now, you're talking about the individual YouTuber. Are they still filing a 1099?
Well, I filed a 1099, but my clients, they're doing the self-employed pensions, where they're taking their YouTube proceeds and trying to stuff it in there and try to get up to 50,000 tax.
There's nothing wrong. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. The only problem is you have to make sure that these people never try to withdraw money early, because the penalties and the fees. Because I have a friend. She took out like $10,000 or something to buy a house right before, during the pandemic. And then she ended up with like $2,000 or $3,000 worth of like fees on her money. It's like when you put money into a pension, you don't ever want to take it out. The majority of the money I get on YouTube, I reinvest it into the stock market. So this way it's not coming out of my pocket and I'm building on it for what I'm putting in the market typically, you know, and getting dividends off of it.
And you can be able to borrow against it very easily with PNC Bank.
Well, I use TD Ameritrade, but yeah, I usually don't try to borrow against my money or use leverage. I usually avoid those things. So the money that I put in, I just hold it. I don't even use it. Like I just usually just let it sit and ride and let it just appreciate over the years, you know?
Well, you know, it's all great strategies.
How often would you recommend putting content or going live on YouTube?
Well, for you, you know, some people will tell you that the algorithm appreciates a person who's regular. Like, for example, you probably have a favorite show. You know that show is going to come on at like 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock or whatever, and you're ready to watch whatever your favorite show is. Well, some people will tell you that the algorithm rewards people who are extremely consistent. So if the more content you put in, and especially if you're doing it at specific times, you get rewarded for that, because the algorithm is more than likely going to promote you, you know? Because I've had a lot of videos where the algorithm alone, like I've made video game videos where I've recorded myself playing video games, And some of those videos have done like 500, 700,000 views. And I couldn't even understand why the algorithm promoted that, but it just did. Like, for example, like when I buy electronic equipment, I make like little videos about, like, for instance, with the phones, iPhone, I make a simple video how to turn the phone on and off. And some of the videos that I made like that got millions of views. Like, you can look through my videos and see my most popular stuff. My most popular video is 3 minutes long that I shot in South Korea in a red light district, and it has like damn near 7 million views. And it was 3 minutes long. Jeez. It's like you can't. I say record everything you can put up, because you have no idea what's going to be hot and when it's going to be hot. I've had videos from years ago. All of a sudden they start trending, and I have no idea why. You know, I've had people call me and they'd be like, "Yo, Big Truck, your video's viral," and I'd be like, "What are you talking about? What video?" Like, there was one time I made a video. I got featured by a bunch of automotive magazines, and I was making like $500 a day, and I didn't even understand why, but it just did, you know.
That was when the YouTube algorithm was super easy at that time.
Yeah, after COVID, they really fucked it up for us. They really, really fucked it up for us.
Why?
But
how?
What they did, you see, the problem was they were so anxious to control political narratives that just mentioning certain things or talking about certain things gets you knocked down in the algorithm. Like, for example, like some of my videos that I made recently talking about, you know, the situation that you heard about, like when that woman wants the guy to pay for all of her 18 friends and all that.
Yes.
You remember that? Yeah. I talked about that. All of a sudden, I get recommendations. I think I'm up to like 4,000 or something views on that. And it only took like 3 days. But meanwhile, there's certain things that I put out and it takes a lot longer, but the algorithm is doing it to me. So the only way you can beat the algorithm is to build up your subs, real subs who are, and see, this is the thing. You want subs who are active. What you don't want is subs who are not active on your channel. Like when you do your lives, you want, if you got 3,000 subs, you want to have at least 2,000 of them in here when you're live. And you want your subs to share your videos. You want your subs to, you know, like your videos, because as they like it, it goes like, you always have to keep saying like, share, and subscribe, you know? And the thing about it is if you do that, it'll really help you, you know, boost up quicker. But I don't buy subs. Like if I bought subs, I'd probably be at 200,000. I don't buy subs. I want all of my subs to be active, and I want them all to be real. So
but
I would rather
subs isn't buying subs just for aesthetic reasons, because they don't. I mean, you don't get more views buying subs.
I first of all, a couple of things you won't see me doing. I don't buy subs. I almost never ask people to share my videos, and I almost never ask people to like my videos. And that's a mistake on my part. It's just that I'm the type of person, I don't like asking for anything. I just go out and get it. So my thing is, I appreciate all of my subs who do these things without me asking. Right. But there's some YouTubers who are constantly begging for it. And yeah, they probably get it further than I do. It's just that I'm just not that type of person. It's like, I don't want to have to keep on begging, and I don't beg. That's the whole thing. I don't beg. Now, I heard what you say. You say, yeah, I don't buy no subs, and that's a good thing. You want to make sure all of your subs are on your channel because they want to be there, and you don't want to get any of these Russian bot farms where you got a bunch of cell phones clicking on your videos and shit that's fake. Some people do that, and I don't play into that. I don't care if they have 1 million subs. And now you're seeing what's happening, like you see on Twitter with Elon Musk. Elon Musk says, wait a minute, half of these people's followers are bots, and so I don't want to buy it. You know, it's like I'm not into that fake stuff.
And a lot of people don't know, but the bigger brands, they have an actual program that can tell if those subs are fake.
Exactly.
A lot of people are like, oh, they'll hire me because I have 100,000 subs, but the major brands know that those subs are fake. So I'm not buying subs, but I know it's a lot of people. They do that, whatever. It's up to them. I want to go back.
One thing I just want to say real quick. As a woman, you have an opportunity to get sponsored by, because you see a lot of these female channels, they get like Fashion Nova and they get free stuff all the time. I've been getting free stuff for a while. I've gotten like thousands of dollars in free stuff. I've gotten a wine fridge. I've gotten free video cameras in them, like coming. Usually it's Chinese suppliers. I've gotten free phone parts. I've gotten free car parts. Thousands of dollars of merchandise, and they let you keep it. All they want you to do is just make a video and review it.
See, I need to get in that right
And
now.
as a woman, you can get so many clothes and bags and like hats and shirts and stuff. And you know, as long as you have real subscribers, like these advertisers are always interested in it.
That's what I know. That's the negative about how I stream. Like, I'm not consistent enough. I just started being consistent. Like, literally maybe a month ago, I was like, okay, I'm going to be on more often. So that's my bad. I'm not consistent enough. But I know, you know, the bigger the following you have, the easier it is to get these sponsors to come in. So that's what it is. I didn't take it serious. Like Tristan, he's one who's always getting on me. He was like, you're one of the people that get rich by mistake, because I'm not consistent or dedicated enough. But now I'm kind of like, hold up. Now that I got like 1,000 subs within a month from being consistent, I was like, oh, wait a minute. Okay. So
I'm telling you, you're ignoring me. Do some AOC skits.
If she get on TikTok, that'll blow up very quickly.
If you do some AOC skits, you kill it. Like you'd blow up so quick it wouldn't even be funny.
And you can like do a run-on joke with her too. You can literally do like a constant run-on skit. You can do the big booty skit where you walking up down some stairs and somebody come randomly pop up.
Repost it. I have those. I have the pillow.
But it can be you. It could be you in the video though. We can all see.
It's me.
Wait a minute. What was the name of the woman who did the? She was a comedian. She did the Trump skits.
You mean Sarah Palin?
No.
Sarah, her name is Sarah something, because I bought her book.
Yeah, she turned that into a bag. She got herself a
her name is Sarah something.
Yeah, she got herself a comedy show. You know what I mean? A couple of other stand-up gigs. She was able to flip that into
what Huckabee?
What's up?
Sarah Huckabee?
No,
no.
Sarah, hold on, because I follow her. I actually bought her book, which was hilarious.
Because, like I said, man, you know, only thing you need is 1,000.
Sarah Cooper.
Cooper.
Now she has 750,000.
If she blow up like with 1 million eyes on her,
she has
like,
what?
Real honest opinions. If Jen got like 1 million eyes on her, if it's from TikTok or just like I said, Fox Soul, you know, you got Star connection, man. You know, start asking some questions about, because he's definitely connected with the industry.
And Jen, you know what you should be doing? Just like I was telling you about recording stuff on your phone, you should basically do the Puerto Rican experience and like show us your favorite restaurants. And because I've done that sometimes. I've made videos in restaurants, and then all of a sudden I've gone to the restaurant and the guy will be like, hey, are you Big Truck? You made a video about my restaurant, and then all of a sudden people showed up. They said they came because of you. And they just treat you so much nicer, and they give you free stuff. So
you do his vlogs. Are you in the
Bronx? I've done it every now and then, like when I'm out with my car teams, and we'll go and get drinks or something. Are you in the Bronx?
No, I am in Nevada. So it's funny that
you're in Nevada,
because I hate the Puerto Rican restaurants out here. I hate the Puerto Rican restaurants.
Yeah, but obviously it's not authentic.
Yeah, it's just like every Puerto Rican restaurant I go into, I'm like, yay, and then I'm like, who cooked this? This is missing, and this is missing.
Let me tell you that. Well, there's a Puerto Rican restaurant here called Sofritos on it's like West Side Manhattan, and their food is incredible.
I've been to Sofritos. No, it's not like that. Not the ones out here.
Of course not. And see, my favorite food is Dominican. But Puerto Rican is pretty close to Dominican in the way it tastes to me. But those restaurants are slamming.
But that's a good idea. Like, I'd have to find a way to be strategic about the Puerto Rican experience out here in Nevada, because it's different. It's like,
it's going to be more Mexican influence.
Yes.
I'm back and forth Las Vegas to LA to Vegas to Arizona. Okay. That triangle, you're going to be El Salvadorian. Then it's going to be the Mexicans beef with the El Salvadorians, because here in LA, they got the dealership war where Camacho versus such and such and such, you know. So
yeah, and it's like when
you gotta bring it in.
Even when I go to like the supermarket to get the ingredients to make Puerto Rican food, it's all Mexican ingredients. And I'm like, where's the Goya? Where's the vida? What is happening here? You're right. Super chat break. Thank you, Don Levant, for the super chat. He says, and Jen, you should give more notice to when you go live, at least a few hours, not to rely on notifications. Okay. I used to do that a lot. I'll go back to doing that because I'll throw it up on Facebook and Instagram, like, hey, I'm going live tomorrow. So I'll get back to doing that because I'm telling you, I'm real lazy with this. I'm like, I'll be on in an hour. Thank you.
The algorithm does not reward laziness.
I know, but see now it's like, wait, I got 1,000 subs in a month. All right, you got my attention now, YouTube. You got my attention. I'm here.
Jen, you eat cow tongue?
Say again?
You eat cow tongue? That's very big when it comes to the Mexican culture. Yes, they eat cow tongue and menudo. Okay.
No.
You don't eat chorizo with egg in the morning?
What?
Chorizo with egg in the morning? That's
No.
A lot of Mexican chicks be cooking me that shit every morning.
I don't like what I call like slave food, like parts of animals, like feet, snout, tail. I don't like the parts. I don't like parts. I don't want the tongue. I don't want the feet. I don't want the tail. I don't want the gizzard. I don't want the nose. I don't want the eyeballs. I don't want the ears. I need the animal. Everything. I need the.
Gotcha.
I can't do that. Puerto Ricans are big on the patita, like pig feet. I can't do. I can't do it. I can't do it. Ben Luke said.
Damn, so you're technically vegan.
No, I love me a good dead animal. Sorry, vegans. Veganista's gonna kill me. She's gonna be like, what? Yeah, no, I like me a good dead animal. I'm a meat eater. When I don't eat meat, actually, I get cranky.
When I've gone to sofrito, they give you the damn shoulder of the pig, the whole shoulder. Man, that's some good eating.
Pernil, yeah, no, that's yummy.
Yeah, well, see, the Dominicans, I've never seen them do the whole bone and shoulder. The Puerto Rican sofritos, they do that.
Yes, I saw that one time and I got grossed out because I like my animal not looking like roadkill. I like my animal not look, and they brought it. There was like a whole femur, in. Yeah, I can't do it. I can't do it.
Yeah, that was incredible. But I tell you, when you go there, you can't even eat all the food. Like you have to take like 75% of it home because it's so much food.
Yeah, I've been there. It's yummy. But that's a great. Thank you for that suggestion. That's a great tip because I can do like the Puerto Rican experience out here, being like not the Puerto Rican experience on the East Coast, and what I feel is missing and lacking. So
can you cook?
Yes, I can cook. I do all four. I work all four burners. We don't play. Yes, I can cook. I like cooking. I love cooking, which is why it was so disappointing going to the supermarket and not getting the ingredients that I grew up on. I've literally told some of my family back east, like, mail me this and mail me that. Send me a box of this because I can't find it out here. And when you can find it out here, like it sells out. So now
you see what bothers me? You're explaining all of this to us, but you're not video recording it and showing it. Do you understand? This is content strategy.
Yeah.
This is how you do it. Like go to that restaurant. If I were you, I've done this before. Go to that restaurant and say, listen, I'm Puerto Rican, your food sucks, but I'm gonna show you how to do it better. And you could be like the next Gordon Ramsay or something.
What the fuck is this? Get out. Yeah, because I mean,
you're gonna be on KCAL 9 News. They're gonna say crazy woman goes around the corner to show worker.
No, AOC lookalike.
Right, I'll do the glasses and everything. Yeah. The race is terrible.
Yeah, but that's your content strategy. That's what it comes down to.
Like when you grow up on that, when I'll do it, I will do a video. Thank you for that suggestion. It's a great suggestion because when you grow up on a certain food, you can literally taste what's missing. You like where's the sazon? There's no, cilantro in here. You didn't put the sauce in. You can literally tell what's missing, right? Why is the bean sauce watery? Where? So that's a great suggestion. I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, content strategy.
Content strategy, baby.
Thank you, Manifesties. So let's go into a little bit because I know I said I was going to do this segue, but let me jump into it. And I don't want to spend a lot of time on it, but I got to say the whole beef sector of the YouTube streets, right? Haran, what he was talking about, like, wow, this is really getting bad, was I tell people all the time, you know, everybody you start with on YouTube, you're not going to finish with. Right. It's just like moving into a neighborhood and then you realize that neighbor is full of shit or that neighbor is an asshole. And then that neighbor is like, I don't want to talk to you. So the same experience, I had that same experience here where you think people are cool and we're just camming up. But a lot of people have issues. A lot of people are haters. A lot of people are assholes. And then you find out sometimes when it's too late and you've already communicated with these people and they're using screenshots and phone logs and, you know, audio. Some people, I've heard people recording conversations with people and blasting them with conversations and things like that. Specifically what Haran was talking about is a huge like beef sector, but it's the same characters. Like it's the same characters. They go from panel to panel to panel. And they bash people and they berate people and they, you know, they've attacked women for months and months and months. They tried doing it with me and these two other friends. They're not here, so I'm not gonna mention them, but two other women. So you have to be mindful of that and careful of that too. So, but at least now I know it like the back of my hand. Like I already know who's who, and I tell people all the time whose content I like. I'm like, don't trust that person. Don't trust that person. Give them a 3 to 6 month window. Like Tristan tells me, when you meet somebody on YouTube, fall back, watch their content, watch how people talk to them, watch how they talk to people, you know, check their videos out before you do a collab. Don't be so desperate to collab with somebody just because they have a big following, because they can be assholes. You never know. People are sneaky. They're looking for content. And also in the beef sector, beef is their content. Understand that in the beef sector, beef is their content. They're not content creators, okay? Mm-hmm. Beef is their content. So they're going to tag you and they're going to hope, wish, and pray that you see it and respond. If you respond, it gives them more content. So let them stay with each other. I got my little support group on YouTube. They all congregate and talk about me for 4 or 5 hours and use my image. It's free press. It's free promo, because the problem with them is that they don't know when they bring attention to me, the people that come see me usually stay. So
keep YouTube separate from your life. There's like, of all the people, like when you collab, right? If you collab in real life, it should either be because you showed up and they showed up and you had no idea they were going to be there, or because you actually decided, okay, we're going to meet up and we're going to talk about something, or blah, blah, blah. But you keep them out of your personal life. And like, there's only one YouTuber who's ever been to either of my houses. Only one YouTuber. And I've known a bunch of YouTubers. These dudes don't know where I live. They don't know where I keep my cars. They don't know, like, when I go on vacation, they have no idea when I'm leaving. Like, the better that you keep it separate, you got to keep it like business and personal. It's like, this way, nobody can ever pull up anything on you. Oh yeah, I lent this person money and here's a receipt and they didn't pay me back. Yo, you gotta keep these things private. Like there's like very, very, very few YouTubers who I do any collaboration with, like it ever gets really personal. There's only one who's ever been to either one of my houses. Only one. And that's because he came into town and I hooked up with him. And that was it. But him I trust. Mm-hmm. And we don't do this manosphere nonsense. We don't do none of that. We're like, our stuff was strictly cars. So that helps a lot. And if you keep these things separate, you never have to worry about these people turning on you, because they've got nothing to turn on you with. There's no ammunition. That's how it is.
And let me say this, even when there isn't ammunition, these people are sick enough to make things up. Like, it's gotten so vitriolic to the point where, because I didn't give people ammunition and because I didn't let them in my private life, they started making things up. They started making up that I met people in person. I've never met anybody from YouTube in person ever. I don't put my kids' pictures online. I don't put my private life online, and they will make things up. I've seen screenshots, like in that beef sector, there's like a beggar, like a YouTube beggar. I've seen them blast him, asking for money. I've seen screenshots of people dating. I've seen them post body parts, people are sharing body parts, acting like they want to date somebody. Like it can get very, very ugly. So I will piggyback and second what you said. Do not let these people, most of them are not your friends. And I think it's like any job where it's like when you're constantly around people, you start trusting them, you get comfortable, and you start telling them, you know what my man did today, or my daughter, blah, blah, blah. He's a picture of my kid, because you want to share your family. It's normal, right? But you cannot do that in these spaces. You cannot do that. Don't do it. I am stressing, do not do it. Because even when you don't do it, they're making shit up. But do not do it. Don't let people get comfortable with you like that. It's not.
I don't even use my real name on YouTube. I don't want these people Google search. If you try, nobody has enough information on me unless you personally know me to search nothing. You can't get either of my addresses. You can't get my social security, none of that.